I'm Stanley Leong and she is Chu Wee Lin. Thank you for joining us. This is Money Mind on CNA938. Now, much has been said and believed that technology can help with this and increase efficiency in that, reduce manpower here and boost efforts in becoming more sustainable. All true, but while many technological solutions are operational or customer-facing, what about how technology can also improve employee experiences?
Well, since the pandemic started last year, much has changed in the way we work, how we work, and where we work. So we want to know how businesses can leverage technology to create a holistic employee experience as more companies shift to hybrid working.
Our guest today has some perspectives on this, and time to bring him into our conversation. Derick Teo is his name, Director of Enterprise and Go Digital Solutions at global HR tech company BIPO. Derick, good to have you with us today.
Hey, hello. Good morning, Stanley. Good morning, Wilin. Thanks for having me on the show.
Broadly speaking, Derick, how would you describe how demands of organizations have changed, especially over the last 20 months since we first had the pandemic rear its ugly head?
Well, amidst the pandemic, our clients needed to pivot to a digital workforce. So we needed to provide strong support to our clients by leveraging our technology to meet these needs and strengthen business resilience. As the future is uncertain, organizations must be agile and adaptable to change. Organizations must scale their digital transformation at speed to evolve and maintain relevance in a new environment. And only organizations that invest in a positive, collaborative, and open culture will be able to retain and attract strong talent in a tight labor market. As companies look to grow, we are investing heavily on our R&D and innovation capabilities to be a tech enabler for our clients. And we continue to invest in technology to support digitalization.
Well, Derick, I'm sure you'll remember that it was really challenging for companies to deal with the onset of remote working last year. Would you say those teething problems have since eased, or do they still face fresh challenges?
Well, many organizations quickly realized last year that they needed to focus on building a very strong digital core that powers business scalability. There are three key challenges that the company faces. The first challenge is the lack of proper tech infrastructure to support the transition to a hybrid and remote workforce models. For our clients, our web cloud-based platforms has helped leaders to overcome this digital hurdle. Our solutions are trusted, safe, and provide 24/7 easy access. The second challenge is companies also need to ensure positive work-life balance. With the pandemic taking a negative toll on mental health, it is important to create a healthy and safe environment for employees. So just to share some of the initiatives that people have started internally for company. So we have started something called the Mental Health Initiative. So what we do is that we provide care packs to our employees on a regular basis. We also provide newsletter to keep our company employees up to date with the happenings in the company itself. We have also looked into our insurance plan to ensure that all employees have got access to mental well-being, which is a critical part for employee. And also during the less heightened period, right, we also do organize regular walks at the nearby nature environments, so that we can get our employees to maybe in packs of 5 to come together and enjoy the nature. Yeah.
Right.
And of course, the last challenge I think organization faces is that there's really a change in terms of the organization culture. We've taken a back seat. Yeah. So the default work from home state, right, has really driven everyone to be more goal-oriented, and it has stripped away some of the real-time human interaction. And this is really a problem because we don't get the managers and the employees to communicate regularly. Yeah, that's where our BIPO HRMS mobile solution come into the picture. Okay, because this really enhances the communication between the line manager and the employees, and it also enhances the experiences from the pre-boardings for new hires to the offboarding to employees. Yeah.
Right. But, we often think of HR functions as being very pragmatic, operational, administrative in nature. So help us understand why it's important, especially as we want to focus on employee experience, why that's important and how it fits into this whole picture and where technology can come into play.
Yes. HR function has traditionally been thought as operational and administrative. But I think during this pandemic, it is a right time for HR to step up the leadership goal in transforming the digital initiation for the company. So at BIPO, we believe in creating value for our clients by helping them to transform their HR functions to become more people-centric. Pivoting to a focus on talent within the organization will be essential to driving business growth as we emerge from the pandemic. So the first step is really to create a purpose-driven kind of organization culture where employees feel that they are highly valued and they believe in working together to achieve the business goals and objectives. Okay, and by doing that, employees are empowered to take charge of their growth in the company as they are more engaged. And this really helps in building high-performance team. And of course, in the long haul, the engaged workforce will be motivated, productive, and energized, and they will deliver a much more positive customer experience in the long run.
You talked about helping employees feel highly valued and engaged. How do you do that, especially with many people still working from home?
Yeah, this is a very tricky part as many people are working from home. So the only thing that we suggest is that for the line managers to be really closely connected with the employee. So regular check-in, let's say on a daily basis or maybe a weekly basis, this will really help in terms of the communication. And maybe one other tip is that, or also suggest that line managers should take in more of the responsibility to ensure the well-being of their employee. And maybe a regular check-in in terms of a something like web kind of engagement. Maybe turn on the webcam so that you can actually see the employee. I think this really helps in terms of the engagement.
All right. Good call for those in HR and also line managers there. I'm sure they're getting some advice and tips there on how to further engage the employees, especially those who are still on remote working arrangements. Yes. But let's take a step back, Derick, and talk about what exactly employee experience fundamentally is.
Okay, we've been talking about this employee experience. I guess we see that this employee experience permeates every aspect of the employee's life during the time at the organization. Yeah, so simply saying that employee experience is basically employee's perception about his or her journey through all the touch points at the company. Okay, starting from the point where you apply for the job, you go through the job interviews, to the point where you actually report to work on the first day, through the exit from the company itself. So these are really the key important touch point of the employee journey. And these become a critical point where you identify a touch point where the experience actually matters at certain points. And of course, the company's physical office, the culture, the program, and technology all form crucial components of our employee experience. And rightly said, employee experience is really a company-wide initiative to help employees to stay productive, engaged, and on track. But it is not really just a HR project. It's really a company-wide strategy that all companies should take into implementing.
And how should HR professionals enhance the employee experience through their systems and processes?
Well, I think the best way is through leveraging high efficient and well-connected tech ecosystem, such as BIPO's, to ensure seamless experience while employees feel valued and engaged. Employee experience is a key pillar to help businesses form a positive employee branding, and it should sit in all core of business decisions. And what we can start off with is really to identify the gaps and understand what exactly is it that your employees want at all touch points. And of course, having said that, after you identify the gaps, you have to find a trusted vendor who can help you to bridge this gap in a seamless manner. Yeah, so just to share some examples that we have done for our clients in the past. So during the pandemic, we have also gotten feedback from clients in terms of how can we do certain process better. Okay, so this is where we come in to help clients to shape up the HR processes for them.
All right, we are in conversation with Derick Teo, who is Director of Enterprise and Go Digital Solutions at global HR tech company. They're called BIPO, B-I-P-O. Now, Derick, what will remain a challenge as companies seek to offer more positive employee experiences, especially given the current working situation of it being a hybrid sort of working arrangement and a hybrid economy, if you like? Share with us some case studies, perhaps?
Yep, sure. So at BIPO, we believe challenges present a great opportunity to learn and grow. Similarly, for our clients, we turn challenges to strengths by optimizing our tech expertise and resources. Employee engagement will remain a key challenge as the digital technology cannot fully replace the human emotions and interactions. In the backdrop of a hybrid workforce, companies need to leverage technology to ensure that all the touch points of the employee experience remain well connected and holistic. So just to share one example of a real-life case study which we have done. So we have just implemented our BIPO HRMS for KFC, which is one of the F&B food chain in Singapore. So they have used our system to do the pre-boarding for their employees, to the onboarding for their employees. Yeah, so they use it very successfully across all the 170 stores. And in fact, we have enhanced the whole processes such that the HR doesn't need to do all the hiring anymore. Yeah, so the store managers can just easily onboard the employees using our unique mobile applications. Yeah, and
Right.
other than that, there is also another solution that we have implemented for KFC as well, which is a safe entry check-in for the 170 stores. So this is something that we have a device that we install at the store that allows employee to safely check in into the store, and the attendance will be captured as well as the temperature as well. Yeah, so this is really in progress right now for the 170 stores. Yeah.
Now, how costly are some of these technological solutions that you mentioned, and would it be feasible for small startups or SMEs?
In fact, the cost-wise can vary, and I would suggest going with a subscription model like ours. First of all, we turn this solution as a software as a service model, which means that companies like SMEs do not even need to fork out hugely investments on the hardware side. So they simply have to pay a certain amount of fee for maybe each user, and they only pay the user per month basis. And this is really on a subscription model. And with a subscription model, right, this allows SMEs or other companies to evaluate the solution to see whether the solution actually meets their needs. At any point, they can always maybe change to another solution later on. Yeah, so there's really no lock-in in terms of the solution itself. Yeah.
But again, following up on that question of startups and also comparing it with larger MNCs, for instance, are there going to be similarities, differences between how they create better employee experiences?
Well, at BIPO, we believe employee experience is a critical business imperative, whether it's large or small. Yeah, so the employee experience is not really measured by or quantifiable by size. Neither is it a process that can happen overnight. Yeah, with some of the external factors that could impact the overall employee experience, is also largely dependent on the amount of hard work, investment, and also dedication that you input. Yeah, there's a lot of training to be done, change management to be done on the ground as well. But all in all, I think it's about taking the first step to recognize that the employee experience is a critical imperative, and to make a change that will last forever.
All right, EX, employee experiences, and how that is vital to all organizations, big and small. Derick Teo has been our guest today on Money Mind. He is Director of Enterprise and Go Digital Solutions at global HR tech company BIPO. Thank you, Derick, for joining us today. And for our listeners, you can find out more at biposervice.com, spelt BIPO service.com.